Have you ever found yourself trapped in a cycle of repetitive negative thoughts, unable to escape the grip of rumination? As Eckhart Tolle says, the primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation, but your thoughts about it. These words might hold the key to ending rumination, but they require you to question, are you ready to let go of the story you've been telling yourself? This journey will challenge the very identity you've built around your past experiences, compelling you to confront and transcend the deeply ingrained narratives that have defined your sense of self. Inspired by the teachings of Eckhart Tolle, we'll delve into the power of present moment awareness and how practices like forgiveness can transform your relationship with your mind. Understanding and breaking free from these negative thought loops is not only possible but essential for reclaiming your peace of mind. These patterns, often rooted in past traumas, keep us anchored in a mindset of victimhood. But what if I told you that the key to liberation lies not in resisting these thoughts, but in embracing a profound shift in awareness and the discovery of your deep I, a concept that holds the power to transform your entire perspective, yet one that is rarely experienced? Understanding negative thought loops. Throughout time, you found yourself trapped in a recurring thought loop centered on feelings of betrayal, mistreatment, and victimhood. These thoughts, often accompanied by strong emotions like anger and resentment, create a cycle that seems almost impossible to break. The thoughts and emotions you're experiencing are likely linked to real events where you felt deeply mistreated. These events have left a lasting impression on your mind, leading to a sense of victimhood that seems to define your current reality. Many people find themselves in a similar situation, where past traumas continue to replay in their minds, sometimes for years or even decades. For some, these patterns go back to childhood, where early experiences of mistreatment or abuse laid the foundation for a lifelong sense of victimization. Drawing inspiration from Eckhart Tolle's teachings, we can understand negative thought loops as a manifestation of the ego-driven mind, constantly seeking to reinforce its identity through repetitive patterns of thinking. Tolle emphasizes that these loops are not our true selves, but rather a conditioned mental construct that we've mistakenly identified with. He suggests that these loops are often fueled by an over-identification with the mind and its incessant chatter, which keeps individuals trapped in a cycle of anxiety and dissatisfaction. These repetitive thoughts can then eventually become part of our identity, making it difficult to step back and observe it without becoming entangled. This struggle to detach from the narrative is frustrating, especially since you're aware that clinging to the past is blocking you from accessing a higher state of consciousness. The key to breaking free from these cycles, according to Eckhart Tolle, lies in cultivating present moment awareness, or what he calls the power of now. How to break free: awareness and presence. The first step to breaking free from negative loops is awareness. According to Eckhart Tolle, we need to observe our thoughts without getting caught up in them. This, in turn, will allow a flow of a more profound energy through you, an energy that Tolle refers to as the deep I. The deep I represents the essence of who you truly are, beyond the surface level identity tied to your personality and life experiences. It is the awareness that exists independently of the stories your mind tells you. The surface identity, or surface I, is where the ego resides, rooted in past experiences and the roles you've assumed as a result. The challenge lies in letting go of this surface identity, which is shaped by the victim role, and aligning more with your deep I. This means recognizing when we're stuck in a cycle and understanding that these thoughts don't define who we are. In turn, we can start to detach from negative thoughts and focus more on the present moment. By practicing presence, we can transcend the judgments and limitations imposed by our mind-made sense of self. This state of awareness allows us to observe our thoughts without getting entangled in them, creating a space where the deeper intelligence of our true self can emerge. Eckhart Tolle suggests simple practices to bring presence into everyday life, such as taking a few moments throughout the day to focus on your breath. Notice the sensation of each inhale and exhale, counting your breaths if it helps maintain focus, or regularly scan your body for any areas of tension or discomfort. Start from the top of your head and work down to your toes, breathing into any areas of tension to release them. These practices help us to stay rooted in the present moment, allowing us to access a higher level of consciousness that is not dominated by the ego and its negative loops. By consistently returning our attention to the present moment, we can break the cycle of negative thinking and experience a renewed sense of peace and purpose. As Eckhart Tolle often teaches, the present moment is the only place where life truly unfolds. And by embracing it, we can free ourselves from the grip of negative thought patterns and live more fully and authentically. The journey of healing and connection with the deep I involves moving beyond a victim identity, which is a crucial and profound step. This process is not about denying or minimizing the painful experiences you've endured. Instead, it involves fully acknowledging what happened, recognizing the emotions those events stirred within you, and confronting the impact they've had on your life. The real challenge lies in transcending the identity shaped by these experiences, rather than being confined by it. And this may be achieved through forgiveness. The power of forgiveness. One of the most powerful tools Eckhart Tolle offers is forgiveness to help us move beyond the victim identity. Forgiving others and ourselves can be a turning point. It can transform our relationship with our thoughts. It requires understanding that the individuals who hurt you were acting out of their own unconsciousness. Unconscious people are driven by their conditioning and past traumas, often without any real awareness of what they're doing. Their actions are more a reflection of their own unresolved issues than of your worth or identity. This perspective is crucial for forgiveness, as it becomes easier to see their behavior as a product of their conditioning rather than a deliberate attempt to harm you. Tolle reminds us of Jesus' words, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do," to illustrate that people often act unconsciously, driven by their own conditioning and ego. Recognizing that people act unconsciously doesn't necessarily erase the pain, nor does it mean that forgiveness comes easily. It does, however, shift the focus away from holding on to the identity of a victim. It allows you to see the situation from a broader perspective, where the actions of others are understood as part of the human condition, an expression of the unconscious patterns that drive much of human behavior. This understanding naturally raises questions about responsibility. If people are acting unconsciously, are they not responsible for their actions? Should they not face consequences? While unconsciousness can explain behavior, it does not absolve individuals of responsibility. Even if someone acts without full awareness, their actions still have consequences, both for themselves and others. Forgiveness, in this context, is not about excusing the behavior or erasing the consequences, but about freeing yourself from the mental and emotional prison that holding on to resentment creates, helping us to move forward with a lighter heart. Remember these key strategies: cultivating awareness, practicing forgiveness, and staying present in the moment can help you reclaim your peace of mind. You are not alone on this journey. Many have walked this path and found tranquility within themselves. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." As we conclude, take a moment to simply be. Feel the rhythm of your breath, the wisdom in your body, and listen to the quiet melody of your inner voice. How will you stop your negative loops on your journey to self-discovery? Share your insights in the comments below. Your experience might be the key that unlocks someone else's understanding. If you're looking for more tools to support your journey, be sure to check out my video on how to control your emotional triggers. Learning to manage your triggers can deepen your ability to stay present and break free from negative thought patterns. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of timeless wisdom. Until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and never stop discovering the richness of your inner world. Trust your journey, embrace all of your experiences, and let inner peace light the way to your most authentic self.